Hello, and welcome to banddirector.com. My name is Brandy DeBose, and we're here at Arizona State University with the Arizona State University Color Guard. Today we're going to be talking about some equipment principles that we use here at Arizona State University. One of the unique things that we have here at ASU is that we also have a technique program that is used with the Academy Winter Guard and with the Academy Drum and Bugle Corps, which I'm the color guard caption head for all three of those organizations. So today we'd like to introduce a couple of equipment principles to you and to show you how you can use those equipment principles in the cleaning process. So here today I'd like to introduce to you our lead technician, Alan Deco, to go through some of the things that we use here at Arizona State University.
Good evening. Some of the equipment principles that we used were originally based off of some of what we would call old school color guard, but they have been elaborated to fit today's type of choreography. The first exercise we do is called the 27 points of space. That exercise is an elaborate angle exercise that we use to explore all the different areas around the body. It was based on an old school angle exercise that we're going to do right now for you. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Choreography back in the 60s and 70s were basically just a series of angles used in parade routines, another type of field activity. Now this exercise has been taken a little bit further along to get the members to understand how to manipulate the equipment through different areas of space. So we're going to walk through this exercise point by point real quick. Can I see point 1, please? Point 1, it's going to be in their upper left-hand corner as if they were standing in a box. And they're going to identify the intersection where the roof of this box and the walls of the box would come together. And that reference is always going to be the same. So if I ask them to face a different direction, if they turned around and asked them to go to point 1, point 1 would still be in that same frame of reference to the field. So from here, we would go to point 1, and then in a column descend, go to point 2, and point 3, and then we would center at point 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And those are the front areas of our little box that we identify. We would continue on identifying the back side of this box, going to 13. Notice that the end of the pole points to the back upper corner, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So it's basically 9 columns with 3 points in each column that you would identify. We do this exercise forwards and backwards using it every 2 counts. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Body orientation is very imperative so that they can understand later on using drill how to turn to face different areas of this box that they are in. One of the common problem that some may run in when doing this exercise is the fact that the members may not have in the beginning a very strong grip on the flagpole. So because a looser grip on the equipment will make a lesser articulation value. 12 count. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, and a loose grip will cause the equipment to have more of a flow motion and less of an articulated marcato style stop. All right, so if we were to redo this exercise, notice the fact that they are capable of squeezing stronger in their forearms to create that strong marcato articulation. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're also holding each position longer and moving faster into the next position. This exercise will also create a language that we're going to speak in later on when we teach choreography, and we clean that choreography as we speak. We will be able to tell them very quickly and from far distances. Just go through points of 22, 5, and 8, 12, and they understand that language, and they'll be able to manipulate the equipment through those points in space for more clean choreography. The next exercise that we do will be spins. And there are many versions of how to do spins. There are push spins, there are drop spins, there's a lot of different ways that you can make a flagpole rotate 360 degrees in 2 counts. Here at Arizona State University, we do what is commonly known as a drop spin. And a drop spin is very simply, we take our right wrist and we'll rotate it so that the flag falls to the left, and we will grab our left hand underneath the right hand. That would be the first count. The second count is the right hand will let go, the left hand will continue to rotate the flagpole in the same direction, and we'll re-grab the right hand underneath the left hand. These 2 hand positions are just simply repeated to create what is known as a spin. 5, 6, 7, 8. Just that the hands repositioning each other in that same in those same 2 grabs, you'll get that spin. When doing spins, there are some common problems that kids will have when they are learning spins. One of them is what I call an elliptical spin, and that is caused by extending the left arm at the elbow all the way to its full extension when they grab, and then they'll pull up to bring it into the right hand position. You'll notice that the flag has an elongated lift to it, and that's not a strong quality of a mature looking spin. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll notice the left arm reaches low and pulls up, and the flag has a quality about it that it doesn't have a smooth quality. The other problem that you'll have is that sometimes members will take, after grabbing their left hand, they have a release moment, and then the right hand will re-grab it again. That quality, you'll see it has a jump to the spin, and it no longer has that smooth, continuous flow. 5, 6, 7, 8. On all the even counts, you'll see that little hop there where there's that sudden jerk quality to it. 5, 6, and 5, 6. Ready? Here, nice and smooth, very circular spins. There's very limited movement in the elbow. We're going to do our spin exercise on the right side. We do all of our exercises both left-handed and right-handed, so that it creates a balance not only in the muscular development of each member, but it also gives the choreographer the opportunity to be able to write skills on either side depending upon the flow of drill. Our spin exercise is a series of 16 count phrases that put the spins in different planes so that we can accent that idea of the 27 points of space. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. We will transition. And now they're spinning at the 45-degree pitch. We call that points 6 and 16. You'll notice that the elbows have very little movement with all the members. This is a diagonal pitch to the spin exercise, and that is achieved through the rotation of the hips. Our next exercise that we do is a carve exercise, and I've been in the industry now 30 years, and there have always been different types of exploration of space with this carve type exercise. We've developed this one over many years as far as it encompasses a lot of ideas, not only manipulating the equipment through space, but also explores the members having a strong range of motion during this exercise. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Doing it on the left side keeps the body balanced. A couple of problems that this exercise can incur is that a balance between the use of hands does not happen, and so the top hand will end up being stationary at times, and the main hand, using the right hand as it lifts up, tries to take over, and you end up with an imbalanced spin or carve at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, equal use of the left hand coming over to the other side of the body will cause that problem to go away. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And more of an hourglass shape is created with that balance and the use of the hands. Further on into the exercise, the shift of body direction helps keep the flag in the correct plane. Sometimes when a turn is not complete, the equipment will cut through different planes. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll notice the equipment being cut on the diagonal plane instead of flat to front. Could you do that same thing again? And 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you notice this time, their body's going to pivot more, and you'll see more of the flag or the silk stay open for those final 4 counts. And 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Later on in the exercise, there is a moment where a limited range of motion could be used in the arm. You'll notice that the arm will stay bent, causing a quicker speed action that'll happen. 5, 6, 7, 8. This motion right here with a bent arm, that because it's a smaller use of space, that the equipment will have an increase in speed. Plus it has a limited range of motion, and it doesn't have a strong use of space to get the members to understand those different ranges. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Open right there, nice and strong with the extended hand. This is another look at the carve exercise, both on the right side and the left side. 5, 6, 7, 8. The next exercise that we do is pull flips. Pull flips is the beginning of learning how to release a flagpole. This skill is learned by taking both hands, both thumbs, and moving them in opposing circular directions. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And at that moment where the flag reaches what we would call point 10, we would let go, and the flag would continue rotating to finish its 360-degree rotation. And 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. When the flag is returning to that vertical position, both hands will grab it in the way that it was started. One of the problems that that people have with this particular exercise is there's not a good speed in the use of the left hand pulling down, so you will end up with an under-rotated toss and usually a one-handed catch. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Once again. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And that under-rotated one-handed catch will have to be pulled, finish the rotation into that one so that the left hand can grab it. As we begin to do release moves, we end up having vertical issues, which we call pitch problems. And you notice the pitch problem usually starts off by the upper hand leaning closer to the face. And when that ends up happening, that toss will have a vertical indifference to varying degrees when you start releasing equipment. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And so from the side, you'll see that almost 45-degree problem that starts to develop. It only increases in severity as you end up throwing higher and higher tosses. Just simply remedy that, taking the top hand and pushing it forward so that the hands line up over each other. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. And the vertical quality is then retained. This exercise is done both on the left side and the right side. All the catch positions are vertical, and then we also change to a 45-degree angle and do those from a start and stop position of a 45-degree angle. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. There's equal tension in both the pull up and the pull down. The next exercise that we do here at Arizona State is we start going into single tosses. Single tosses are initiated by taking the top hand, which in this case it would be the left hand, and pushing in a straight line downward. All right, at this moment when the flag reaches parallel, you would simply open this hand up and the flagpole would come out of the hand and finish with one single flip until it would return to the 45-degree pitch to be caught. And 5, 6, 7, 8. A strong push down is what is required to actually get that flag to rotate efficiently. A lot of times you'll notice that flags don't rotate enough, and it's because this top hand is not used to its full speed. You'll notice that these tosses will be under-rotated because there is no use of the top hand. And 5, and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, because there wasn't any downward motion, there wasn't enough energy to get that flag to complete one revolution. Notice this time that the flag, that the top hand pushes straight down in enough speed to continue to get that flag to rotate that one single rotation. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Another issue that flag tosses end up going into is free hands. Is what to do with the body underneath equipment. When a member first, probably in their backyard, decided to try and throw a flag in the air, the natural instinct of the human body is to protect itself from anything falling out of the sky. So you have this pole that's falling, and the natural instinct is for your hands to come up to protect your face. So that's what ends up happening when they learn, and that those hands end up staying there just because it's a fear of trying to protect themselves. And 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll see hands with palms forward underneath tosses. There are many places that you can put your free hands underneath the toss. We just simply keep our hands by our side. When you put your hands down or in a choreographed way, the human body will still feel the need to protect itself. So it will go to the position required and then return itself out to the protective moment before it is caught. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll see the hands come up by the face before it is caught. Just a simple discipline from the performers to keep their hands in the required position before it's caught, and then leave that position to actually go in straight lines into the catch position. 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll notice that from the side it goes straight into the catch position. Doesn't go anywhere else. Choreographically, you can do other positions with your hands. You can hold them just straight out. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. But there again, from holding straight out, you need to pull straight in a straight line pattern into your catch position. From here, we simply add on to these tosses, and we get into higher ones. We're going to throw a single and a half is what we do next. The only difference between a single and a single and a half in our philosophy is a higher elevation of the release hand. So you'll notice that this bottom hand is just simply going to be, instead of raising to this level, it's going to raise to this level, but this hand still works in a downward motion to initiate the toss. And 5, and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Once again, you'll notice the free hands underneath the tosses stay down by their side longer and just go quickly in a straight line path to the catch position. Notice as we get into higher tosses, the insufficient use of the top hand will cause that toss to be under-rotated, and you'll notice that they end up having to catch it with one hand and then pull it into the catch position to the other hand. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8. The flag is under-rotated, so it ends up being kind of at a 45-degree angle to the right, and they have to continue rotating that right wrist into the catch position. One more of those. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just a simple, faster push hand will correct that problem. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Raising the right hand even higher, we will produce a double. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8. A faster use of the left hand will ensure that that problem of under rotation doesn't happen. One more. And 5. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8. As you get on higher and higher tosses, you'll notice that members have a tendency to just lift off of their heels in hopes to get the flag higher. So the toss may look something like this. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which destroys the body lines because the body is now being asked to do something unchoreographically. The way I've developed to fix it is just give the legs something to do, and so I ask the members to pick up their toes, leaving the balls of the feet onto the ground, just lifting their toes, so it anchors the heels into the ground, and it gives it more of a grounded look and more stable. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the bodies don't move anymore because now the lower body has actually been given an instruction to do. And we're going to take some of these exercises that we've done or shown you today and see how it fits into choreography, and how we're going to take that choreography and do a little bit of how we clean it here. And 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this piece of choreography is being used in our pregame show this fall here at ASU, and it's been learned. We're going to show you using the exercises that we've taught them to develop skills into how to clean this piece of choreography. There are priority lists of how we do it. On what the main things we look at to clean things. First of all, we look at start positions and stop positions. If you don't have the same start position, then you're no way going to be clean. And we're going to look at the first 8 counts and see what the choreography gives us. 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, the first 8 counts, there's the one start position, which we'll address, and then there are 2 stop positions. There's, of course, the one at the end, but there's also one on count 4, because count 4, the equipment changed direction, so the equipment had to come to a stop before that direction can be changed. So we're going to do the first 4 counts. Ready? Making sure that everybody starts parallel. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4. Okay, that 4 this is at point 22. So we established the fact that this is going to be a point 22 with a turn to the profile. But the articulation of count 4 isn't the same from member to member. So I'm going to give them something a little bit better to do with the bottom hand, and that on count 4 is to pull it down quicker so that it has more of a punch on count 4, so it has more of a stop quality. Again, 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, and that articulation becomes the same. Now from here we have a direction change on counts 5 and 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So basically, what the equipment work, the choreography has done is just very similar to a part of the carve exercise where it made a cone on all the upper points in space. So we make our identification that we start at point 22 and we're going to end at point 22, but encompass all the upper numbers of the 27 points of space. 5 or 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And so now that we've established a new start point and a new ending point, making sure that those two things are achieved. The next thing is we descend from a high point to a low point. Okay, and each member has their own view of how that descend is going to happen. So can you set up at count 4, please? And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to count 8. So those 4 counts. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And on the descend, they all have a different version of how it's going to go from point 22 to point 12. So please set up at point 22 on count 6. So we have the flag in this upper plane, and then it needs to go to point 12, which is the down one. Go to point 12. Okay, so halfway in between, anytime the flag is up to where the flag is down, there has to be a parallel moment. So we're going to stop on count 7 when the flag is parallel. Ready? Or should be parallel. 5 and 6 and 5. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Okay? Some of us don't understand that count 7 should be parallel, so we're going to identify that if you're not parallel, you should be parallel. So if you're not parallel, please become parallel. All right, then we need to define which area in space we're going to point at that parallel moment. So this one looks like it's more geographically correct, being that if you look at an upper area to a down area, that point 5 is going to be our magical place. So please get at point 5 and we'll make that count 7. So please get at count 4 and go through point 5 this time. And 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, once again please. And we'll go all the way to count 8, and you'll notice that there's a greater similarity of cleanliness from member to member. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And can we do all 8 counts of the first 8 counts, please? And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. And so we take the 27 points of space and the different hand manipulations through all the other exercises that we've done in order to clean all of our equipment work.
Arizona State University Sun Devil Marching Band would like to thank our sponsor, Fred J. Miller Incorporated. We'd also like to thank banddirector.com as well as Michael Cesario. Something unique about the Arizona State University Sun Devil Marching Band is that a year and a half ago, Director of Athletic Bands James Hudson decided to have Michael Cesario visit the Valley of the Sun. He designed a unique uniform specifically for us that basically encompasses the tradition of ASU as well as the Valley of the Sun. As you can see the fade, the unique design that he gave that goes from white to gold, and also has the Sparky strategically placed right over the heart. Michael Cesario went back to the drawing board and basically gave the color guard a very complementary uniform that goes along with the Sun Devil Marching Band uniform, therefore giving us a unique design and a look and an identity to the Sun Devil Marching Band. So we'd like to thank Fred J. Miller Incorporated and the Fred J. Miller family, as well as Michael Cesario for a really great design, and banddirector.com for a great opportunity to show you some of the skills that we do here at Arizona State University. Thank you very much.